光柿子林一年四季都能看到假山，所以这期咱们着重欣赏一下这秋天才会出现的菊花。If you want to see more Shizilin, hit that like. The annual chrysanthemum exhibition here at the Lime Grove Garden is an autumn event because the chrysanthemum is an autumn flower. 俗话说，秋生菊黄蟹正肥。既然有了黄菊，怎么可能没有肥蟹呢？One of the more poetic Chinese nicknames of the crab is gentleman under the chrysanthemum. I don't know exactly how the crab and chrysanthemum became connected and came to jointly represent an elegant appreciation of autumn. Maybe it's because both are widely considered gifts of autumn, and both have been extolled by some of China's most acclaimed painters and poets, from Qi Shi to Li Bai and Su Shi. Speaking of Su Shi, the renowned poet and gourmet also remarked about this other aquatic delight worth dying for, the blowfish, another autumn fruit. Well, actually, there's constant debate as to whether the puffer is a spring fruit or autumn fruit, although Su Shi likely thought that is a spring fruit. However, not much debate about the Chinese mitten crab's reputation as an autumn fruit. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the crab and chrysanthemum together constituting an elegant way to appreciate autumn. Yeah, I know some of you might be thinking, especially viewers from Europe and North America, that I don't want to appreciate the mitten crab, but rather I want to eradicate the mitten crab because it's an invasive species. Yeah, I understand, but hear me out. If you stay open-minded enough, and if you have the insight to spot potentials, then you could turn the invader into a crowd pleaser. That's what happened with the crayfish. As I explained in a very early video, after the Japanese imported crayfish from the US, for some reason they brought the critter into China circa 1930. But it will appear that the little mudbug ended up wreaking big havoc back in Japan. And today, the critter is still seen on the list of 100 of Japan's worst invasive alien species. Here in China, however, it's a totally different story. Not only did we find ways to deal with the enemy, we managed to generate tremendous value out of the enemy. Because today, the Chinese crawfish industry is worth approximately 400 billion yuan. This is the result of open-mindedness and insightfulness. We've turned a foe into a friend. We've turned the dike-destroying and field-ruining invader into a tantalizing and crowd-pleasing summer favorite. So next time you see the Chinese mitten crab, perhaps consider turning it into a tantalizing and crowd-pleasing fall favorite. I admit, the sad crab might take some getting used to because the palm-sized pinchy does require some dexterity to get to the goodies lodged inside. It could be pretty frustrating or troublesome for those uninitiated. But not to worry, this is where these other crab dishes come into play. Now, the crab powder I've had many times, as steamed bun filling, as fried bun filling, as a rice topping, as noodles topping, with fish maw, with fish cartilage, with tofu, with meatball, with mushrooms. But with peas, it's the first for me. The dishes seen in that clip from a previous video will endow you with the pleasures of crab meat and crab oil without the fuss. So you won't end up, with a face glistening from the crab fat and speckled with shreds of crab meat. The common denominator in those dishes is an awesome thing called 蟹粉, literally crab powder. Crab powder mainly consists of crab meat and crab oil, all picked out for you, saving you the trouble for getting to the stuff hidden inside. I mean, obviously, this drunken Chinese mitten crab halved is not that big. The Chinese mitten crabs just don't get too sizable. The fattest males would only reach around 300 grams. A king crab leg could easily outweigh that. 7 is another way to enjoy the Chinese mitten crab in a more elegant manner. A step up would be this pot of gold. It's called 兔黄药, a Suzhou local term roughly meaning pure crab oil, as in crab oil only, basically no crab meat. It's like 24K gold versus 18K gold. Crab oil, also known as crab fat among other names, chiefly consists of the crab's hepatopancreas and usually also the spermary and or ovary. Yeah, I know some of those terms might make you flinch, but for seafood boil fans out there, think crawfish butter. The crab oil is basically the crab version of crawfish butter. So they bring that luscious, scrumptious butteriness. By the way, some people actually prefer 7 crab powder, as in the 18K gold. Not only is 7 more economical, but the crab meat also adds substance and the overall mouthfeel is less oily. Well, hopefully you'd find both to be delectable. When feasible, come and see the real beautiful China, come to beautiful Suzhou and try the different crab dishes in autumn. Or cackle an entire Chinese mitten crab. 再见